Welcome all to Quote of the Day. I'll be saying something I wrote that I thought was interesting and maybe a little something about it. I do not analyze whether a choice was right or wrong. Rather, I determine if I learned from the consequence of my choice. I, I think that there's a notion in our westernized society that what you do is either right or wrong, good or bad, black and white, positive, negative, light and dark. And there's always this like belief structure about what people do that's right and wrong or whatever, good and bad. And it's never made sense to me because first of all, morals are subjective. I mean, in every species and even culture throughout history, it's we all do the same thing. Like we kill for food, whether it's plant or other animals or whatever. Life is life, and we it's kill or be killed, eat or be eaten. That's literally life. And I'm not like advocating murder and rape and shit like that because actually I consider most of those things to be not right or wrong, just not for anyone that's trying to actually evolve. That's attempting to grow and learn and become a better human being, which ultimately, if we're all being honest with ourselves, is what the point of life is. Like nothing else really has a purpose for us. I don't care if you want to be famous or leave your mark on history. Like none of that really matters. Those people that we think of that left their mark on history, that it was fame, it wasn't fame for them. They all had some evolutionary idea or process that brought them to that. And yeah, a byproduct of that was their fame, but most of them during their lifetimes were either thought of as crackpots or infamous in a bad way, and it wasn't until hundreds of years after what they did was even discovered that it was so brilliant. So this is what I mean by our choices right and wrong. They're not. They're just, do you feel like what you're doing is the best thing that you should be doing in order to become a better species on this planet, in order to evolve? And if you don't believe that you are, then all of the guilt and anxiety and depression and all this stuff that you've been diagnosed with is because you're not doing what you know you should be. None of us are. I'm not. You're not. We're all living this fake life. We're living this existence of slavery. Ultimately, we're all still slaves. In my opinion, it seems like slave wages for slave work, and most of us, most of us on the planet, not just in America or the U.S. or North America or anything like that. It's most all over the world are kind of on this, just like we live day to day. It's a constant stress battle of work, eat, sleep, die, and we all just kind of pump this wheel for corporations and for politicians and for celebrities, and we're not shooting for anything anymore. We're not aiming for like greatness, which we all have. And I think that's the most sad thing for me, to be honest. I regularly tear up about it because I don't comprehend how it's okay that monetary wealth should ever be worth more or a higher priority than life. And I don't just mean human life, but we don't even think that human life is as or more important as monetary wealth. But I mean all life, the homeostasis and balance and harmony of the planet and universe that we are a part of interdependent of, not independent of. And there's not much you can do, to be honest, unless we all do. Like, I try my absolute best, falling very short, like the rest of us. And I hope and dream that our our baby of a species, our literal barely just born species compared to other species on this planet, and this planet, in this solar system, in this galaxy, in this fucking universe, we're specks of a non-existent little child that doesn't even understand its place or its purpose or anything like that. But I just hope and dream that, whether in my lifetime or not, whether a billion years from now, I I I have to hold out hope that we will evolve, actually, in better ways, in ways that will understand our interdependence to things, will understand energy and experience and emotions and all this stuff that, to be honest, I don't think most of us seem to grasp in any depth, certainly. But I mean, we try to explain it scientifically, and there's evolution there. We're trying to grasp it with technology, and there's evolution there. Although, in my opinion, the technology part is very quickly declining in evolutionary stance for us using it, anyways. We've kind of become slaves to it rather than using it for its potential, which is making all of our lives simpler but better. Ultimately, if we can have machinery and software that can help us ease our stresses of day-to-day normal life, which I believe is one of the greatest things you could achieve, you would have more time for art, for thought, for expression, for free time, for solitary time, for group and social time. And that's how we're going to evolve, by connecting, by learning from each other and growing with each other, not by the constant struggle for power, not by monetary wealth, not by jealousy and greed and fear and just an overwhelming apathy of what life is for us. And we all feel it. I know that you all have to feel it like I do. I know this. I know that deep down, there's something that when you recognize it, when you feel it, when you experience it, it shoots energy up your spine. And you can't help but tear up at how you just know that this is wrong, and you can feel the way that it should be. Loving, open, beautiful, caring, inspiring, passionate. It should be better. And we all have it in us. I really believe that. And maybe I'm the delusional one. Maybe I'm completely out of my mind, and none of this is actually possible. And humans, much like most other species probably throughout the universe, are doomed, and we're just going to either kill ourselves off or who knows what. But I don't believe that. There's something about humanity that I've always noticed. It's throughout history, our blink of an existence history. There's always repeatedly, I don't know how many times, but repeatedly through every culture and society in history, we've done the same thing. We fight and we kill and we manipulate and we extort and we destroy for power. And then we fall just to have to start over, just to do it all again. Every society that's ever been around has tried to conquer, has tried to attain what they believe is greatness, what they believe is their right to own other people and other things and the ground beneath them, as if any of that was possible or reality, despite what we want to make ourselves believe. We're a joke. We're a plague and a disease at this point of our lives. Very recently, in my opinion, this is what's come about. Because for a long time, for I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of years that whatever kind of sapien we are now has been around, we've consistently done this. That's exactly what's continued. And anyways, the point I was going on about, I have faith in humanity still, is we've always come back from that somehow. There's always been a kind of revolution. Yeah, there's always been dissent. Because we know something in us deep inside, no matter what, no matter how much it was like almost guaranteed that a specific group or society was going to literally conquer the world. And there have been plenty that it was almost certain that they would literally conquer the world. Somehow humans rally. I don't know. It's survival instinct. It's straight up primal. We probably don't even fully recognize it. And while, yeah, that's great, I guess, for the survival of the species, but I mean, I don't want to just survive anymore, people. That's what I feel like this has been my entire life, and maybe none of you feel this way, but if you do, there's another option. But it's gonna take all the majority of us, and I don't just mean Americans again, the majority of us as humans, as a species on this planet that are able to communicate and connect like no other species, not like this species has never done before. In minuscule recent history, we have gained the ability that no other species has on this planet, that we've discovered, that we understand. And we're not using that to its potential, which is to make the world, to make ourselves, humanity, the way we know it should be. But we can. We literally have that potential right now. It's at our grasp, actually, and we're just choosing not to, because complacency. It's easier to let people think for you. But that's not life. That's I don't know. It's death. It's death. I can think of no other better way to put it. It's you're just a zombie, is what it feels like. Me too. That's what I feel like day to day, that I'm just a zombie. I wake up and I try to do some exercise and maybe jam some music or play a game or write something, and then I go to work. And the entire time at work, I'm just trying to not be at work. I have to do a job with shitty people that want to complain that they're not getting their way in life, which it seems is what everyone's doing, including me right now. I'm not getting my way. My way is to have us all get rid of the fucking bankers and the politicians that are lining their pockets, get rid of the fucking pharmaceutical companies and all of the corporations that are making $9 billion in a quarter while there's homeless people all over the world. That's unacceptable to me. That all of this is entirely unacceptable to me. I've felt like this my entire life. I don't recall a point where I didn't. I think I've I've let it go a lot. I've I've kind of come to the terms that, okay, I can't change the world around me by myself, but I can keep trying to change myself as much as possible. Keep trying to really just be, you know? Yeah, just be. And then maybe through my connections, I'll be inspired and I can inspire and I'll be taught and I can teach. And maybe that's all. I mean, I can't really ask for more at this point. It's what I've seemed to settle into, is just, it's okay that shit may not change as fast as I want it to, and I realize there's a lot of people out there that think I'm insane. They wouldn't want what I'm offering, what I suggest. It would be it would be insanity to them to have, you know, um, nations and races together and everyone caring for everyone and making sure that there's no starving fucking children. That would be insane to people. Well, it's insane to me that's not already the thing, because it should be, right? And I mean, I can't be. I literally know that I can't be the only person believing this stuff. I know I'm not. I just don't understand if the majority of people agree with what I was saying, then it wouldn't be the way that it is. So the majority of humanity has to agree that this is reality, or this wouldn't be reality, right? I mean, just scientifically speaking, even if the majority of people thought, yeah, there shouldn't be homeless children or homeless, starving anyone, then there wouldn't be, right? I mean, that I don't see any way around it. So the majority must not, is the point. Like, there's no way they could. And again, that's okay. I don't expect everyone to have to be like me necessarily. All I'm saying is that it seems like what we're doing is counterintuitive to survival, actually. So there's that primal instinct I was talking about earlier, but we're trying to, you know, move past that, which I actually think we should, and not just be animals are primal. We have evolved beyond that, but we're not taking responsibility for that evolution. We're making choices as though we're still controlled by that primal, just the primal brain. Like, eat, sleep, fuck. Eat, sleep, fuck. Eat, sleep, fuck. Is that all we're going to do? Because I have some ideas. If that's the case, I'm going to not do that. And by not do that, I mean I'm going to do all of that and more. That's what I mean. I mean, there has to be more. There has to be so much more. And there is. I know there is. I know the possibility is there, and we currently have the potential to just move on into the future. Let's just all do it. Let's go right now. I'm ready. Red Rover, Red Rover. I'm fucking coming the motherfucker over. I want this more than anything, to be honest. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever been able to dream. And to me, beauty is what life really seems to be about. How can we make this the most beautiful thing that it ever could be? I mean, certainly at least leave it better than when I left it, right? If nothing else, if I can't do more, I should at least leave it better than when I came. And I don't know that I have. I don't know that 99% of us have. It's not my decision to judge whether or not someone else has. It's your own decision, but um, you decide. Have you made the world a better place? than what it was when you came into it. Ask yourself. If you did, I tip my hat. I share the secret, please, of what steps you followed in order to achieve that, because I would love to learn it. I guess that's all I got for this one. Thanks for letting me rant. Hope it made some sense. Let me know what you think.